people are saying that Sony has nothing to worry about after Microsoft shocked the world and purchased Activision Blizzard at an astounding $68.7 billion. Well, they really should be. Yo, everybody, it's your main man, buddy. Oh, shit. Yo. Yo, guys, it's Mighty Albert, and we have a spicy topic for you guys this week, okay? Something very sizzly, okay? And as I'm sure many of you guys know, and if you've seen the video from last Tuesday, Microsoft just acquired Activision Blizzard for an astounding $68.7 billion. We know that, you know that, I know that. But here's the thing, a lot of people are saying that Sony has nothing to worry about, that they can just lounge around and do nothing. Well, I say nay to that, little mister. They should be really worried, okay? Because they do have a decent amount to worry about, okay? Now, I saw a couple of YouTubers on the tube of you know, talk about what Sony can do to keep up with Microsoft after this acquisition. And you know what? A lot of them were just saying they just need to keep pumping out good games. Just pump out good games. And if they just pump out good games, they won't have the Listen, okay? Good games are important, yes. Great games are important. But the thing is the way that Microsoft treats their customers, okay? Their consumers of their games, of their consoles, of their peripherals, they treat them very, very differently from the way Sony treats their customers. You know, there was a time where Sony was the hero in all of this, really. They were the big consumer-friendly company, you know, free internet. And, you know, they had that commercial on how to trade your games on PS4, right?
This is how you share your games on PS4.
Thanks.
But that sort of philosophy has almost but evaporated, right? I mean, yes, you could still trade, you know, and share games with your friends or trade them at GameStop or whatever. But that sort of consumer-friendly philosophy has almost evaporated with the PS5. And I'm gonna show you some examples, okay? So let's just start right off the bat with the backwards compatibility on the PlayStation 5. Now, we won't even go that far back, okay? We're just gonna go right to the PS4. But let's say you owned this game right here on the PlayStation 4, right? Assassin's Creed Valhalla, great game. A game I'm sure you would love to play on the PlayStation 5 with the enhanced graphics, with that M.2 fast reload times. Oh man, who wouldn't want to enjoy this on the PlayStation 5? Now, I know what you're gonna say. Well, if you bought it digitally, you know, you could just upgrade it for the $10. I still think that that's a bullcrap philosophy. Just upgrade the game. You already paid $60. You bought the DLC, you bought the special collector's edition, and blah, 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 blah. Just upgrade it, dude. Just upgrade the game for us for nothing. We spent enough money on these friggin' games as it is. But let's just say you decided to pull the trigger and, you know, you upgraded to the $10 to the PS5 version of the game, or you just went out and you bought the physical PS5 version of the game. Well, guess what? It's not that it won't cross over, right? You just won't be able to play the PlayStation 5 version of Assassin's Creed Valhalla with your save from the previous generation from the PlayStation 4. And that's really discouraging, especially if you sunk as many hours as you can sink into an Assassin's Creed game or a game like Ghost of Tsushima. That game you could play for hours. There's so many side quests and things to collect. And now guess what? You can't even continue where you left off on the PlayStation 4. You just got to start right back from the beginning. And that freaking stinks. And yeah, I've seen it happen firsthand. I had a friend whose cousin tried to upgrade their Assassin's Creed game to the PS5 version and their saves just didn't cross over. And that's a shame, you know, considering that Xbox with their games that they can do it, you know, like their first party games and stuff, the upgrade is free. You know, you'll get the enhanced frames and the enhanced saves and all that, and you're your save will cross over. And my friend has a huge back catalog of PlayStation 4 games. I mean, that's one of the biggest turnoffs for him for upgrading to the PS5 version in the first place, because all those games stored on his hard drive, all those games that he has physically, the saves won't cross over to the PlayStation 5 version of those games. And why would you want to cross over to that? You know, and one of the biggest upsides for me getting the PS5 is I wasn't really affected by that, because all these games I'm experiencing for the first time on the PlayStation 5 version of the game. So if you kind of got a back catalog of PlayStation 4 games and you were hoping your saves cross over to the PlayStation 5 version of them, well, tough nubs. And don't even get me started on the PlayStation 3 and PlayStation 2 backwards compatibility. Those are non-existent. You can't just grab a game and toss it in your system, or the PlayStation 2 to PlayStation 3. It just doesn't work. But you can grab a 360 game and throw it in your Xbox Series X. You can grab even an Xbox original game in some circumstances. I mean, they're on Game Pass, for crying out loud. You can even just download them on your Game Pass. I mean, ooh, that's so consumer friendly. And you know, yeah, there's talks within Sony. They gotta stop talking and they gotta start doing, okay? Because with this acquisition, they're being looked at, okay? Don't think that they're not being looked at. And it freaking kills me, because there are so many amazing games out for the PlayStation 2 and the PlayStation 3, games that we would pay for a subscription-like service like Game Pass. And yes, I do know that there's a project called Project Spartacus. Hopefully it's actually a competitor with Game Pass, or else we're just gonna start calling it Project Farticus, because it could be just a huge dump and something that is just complete garbo, but they can't afford to put something bad out for this Game Pass-like service. It needs to be a competitive service. But that's what I'm saying, guys. It kills me, because they could just throw some 1-2 punches out on Xboxes, like really good punch, and just kind of like get them on the floor and go, oh, you think you could buy Activision Blizzard on us? You know, like, ooh, look at this. Oh, all these games for the PlayStation 2 out on our Spartacus system. Like, oh my God. And it puts them up on the ropes again. You need that. You need that competitive. And it's the same thing with Nintendo too, because if Nintendo decided to freaking do something like a Game Pass service where they release all the old GameCube games and dude, we could be really in like the most prime time Netflix like subscription services from all of the big three, from Team Red, Team Green, and Team Blue, and the only people that will end up winning at the end of the day is us. But I mean, sorry, I'm getting sidetracked here, but what I'm saying is to be more from Team Blue on this aspect of their games. I mean, honestly, we could keep going. I mean, I love the PlayStation 5 controller. I think it's great. But again, you can't use the PlayStation 4 controller with your PlayStation 5, and it doesn't make sense to me. And you could argue, yeah, well, Albert, you know, the haptic feedback, well, the PlayStation 4s, they can't do the adaptive triggers and the way the controller vibrates. And it's like, yeah, dude, but you can turn this off. You could turn off the triggers. What I'm saying is you could just have the controller work with your games, but they don't have to be vibrating and thing like that. And you could say, oh, well, it takes away from the immersion, but it's just a sales thing, guys. Like, it has nothing to do. They want to sell these $70 controllers. They want to sell you more and more of these controllers. And with Xbox, you could grab a 360 controller, and you don't need to use the brand new Xbox Series X controllers, but they're freaking sick, though. I love these controllers. They're so awesome. But like, you could, like, that's what I'm saying, is you could use the 360 controllers. You could even use the brand new Series X controller with the old Xbox. I mean, you can't get more consumer friendly than that. And that's what we need to see from Sony, okay? We need to see more consumer friendly things with the PlayStation 5, okay? More things that make the player want to grab a PlayStation 5, okay? Because in the long run, guys, you got to look at things for the long-term game. And that's exactly where Microsoft is focusing all of their eyes on, is in the long term, okay? They're not concerned about how many boxed games they're selling selling anymore. They just want you to sign up for Game Pass, and they want your monthly $15 because they said themselves, this is a world filled with now in 2022, not like it was 20 years ago or even 10 years ago. There are over 3 billion gamers worldwide. Phil Spencer mentions it all the time, and that's their philosophy. And they said that they recently have 25 million subscribers to Game Pass, okay? Whether that's Game Pass Ultimate or just regular Xbox Game Pass or PC Game Pass, that is yet to be said or disclosed by Microsoft. But in other words, they don't care because they have 25 million subscribers to either one of their services. And if you do the math, what that equates to annually, that's a lot of money. And buying Activision Blizzard, it's only going to get more and more people to sign up for Game Pass. Imagine if World of Warcraft is included on the Xbox Game Pass fee, and that means that everybody that has a World of Warcraft subscription is just going to be like, well, I'm just going to get Game Pass and I'll have my World of Warcraft expansion and I'll have access to all of these amazing IPs that Microsoft has. Sometimes it's not necessarily how many boxed copies you can sell, okay, or how many controllers you can sell, or how many times you can get someone to buy a game that you recently released for the PlayStation 4 on another PlayStation 5 version or variant. Sometimes it's all about the preservation of your customer base, right? If you can keep them happy, they'll be more than happy to buy 2, 3, or 4 of your controllers. They'll be more than happy to buy even more than one console, one for themselves and one for them children, because if you show them value in your system or value within your controllers or whatever, they'll be more than happy to give you money. And you can see it with a company like Xbox, where people will buy their Elite controller, right? They'll spend that $180 on a controller that's Elite. I mean, granted, it is pretty freaking cool, but I wouldn't spend $180 on a controller like that. But anyway, what I'm trying to say is if Sony, if you happen to even see this video, what I'm saying is we just want something consumer friendly. We want to know that you care and that you value us. And releasing a game for free, 3 games that have been released on Xbox Game Pass, it's kind of embarrassing. But that's gonna do it for this week's video, you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up, and if you loved it, please hit subscribe and ring that notification bell so you can keep up to date with all the uploads that I upload every week. Sometimes I upload once in a while in the middle of the week. But with that being said, guys, thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in next week's video. Peace!